Do you want to become wealthy and successful? Do you want to win in both business and life? Do you want to take advantage of the huge opportunities that are in front of you right now? If so, then in this video, I'm going to share my take on Gary's top 5 secrets for success. Okay, let's kick it off with secret number 1, go all in on you.
The amount of people in the market that claim to be something they are not, because what they're reverse engineering is that's where the money is the biggest reason so many people lose. You just can't fake who you are. You can't manufacture it. You can't want it. So many people in here want to be business coaches and they've never built a business. I'm worried about people that are following the current trend instead of following the only thing that they actually are. That's why it's working for me, because I haven't wavered regardless of what you guys gave a about. And guess what? Entrepreneurship's not gonna be cool one day soon too. And let me promise you the quickest way to win. And I don't mean money, I mean win. Playing in a way that feels right to you before it feels right to anybody else around you. And I promise you that the majority of you are not. Who do we cherish and who do we put on pedestal? The people that from the get punted everything else and went full-pledged themselves. When you are all in on your, and we now live in a world where the internet creates niche communities around everything you could ever imagine, that is an unbelievable blessing to all of us that our grandparents didn't have an opportunity in. Most of you are chasing money and you're gonna lose. I hope you think about what are you good at? Or what's the truest essence of who you are? Because those are the only two things that create the upside that people chase. The people that hustle the most are the happiest, not the saddest. And the reason I push hustle so much is because it feels like the most controllable thing to change the outcome of what disappoints you.
Secret number 2, have patience.
It is far more fun to die on your sword than to die on someone else's. I'm inspired, YouTube. We're gonna make this the episode thing. You'll get whatever you want, Tyler, but this is the core of it. You just saw it on stage. Oh, sorry. You just saw it on stage. Dying on your sword is better than dying on someone else's. So many of you are doing things, making decisions, and navigating your lives based on somebody else's thesis. You're doing it because you think it's the right thing, because your dad's telling you it's the right thing. You're doing what you're doing right now because you're pandering to your boss even though you don't believe in it. This is how it's gonna play out. You are doing things right now. Yesterday, you made a decision that you don't believe in, but you're smart. You did it because you know how your company scores. Here's the problem with disruption and innovation. Right now, you're being rewarded for being a yes person, and in 36 months, you're gonna be fired for being a yes person. And you're doing it because you just need the security of your job. I'm telling you right now, if you're watching this vlog and you've got, like, that means you have a certain DNA. Please, I implore you, please die on your sword, not somebody else's. If you're gonna lose, it's much more fun to lose based on what you thought. Do you know how many of you are gonna lose on somebody else's thesis? It's gonna kill at you, it's gonna eat at you, it's going to be the worst feeling, so please, pause this video right now and ask yourself, am I doing my because of me? Then you're good, whether you're winning or losing. Or am I doing it because somebody else is telling me it's the right way? Or I'm subconsciously pandering to please somebody or something because I need the short-term stability. Figure that out. You know it and I know it. You just need to do something about it.
Also, if you want to learn how to have more confidence, check out my 254 Confidence series. It's free. The link to join is in the description below.
I really think mindset is everything. And so you've got to really decide, are you gonna be positive about things or negative about things? We are strong as shit. We're really strong. We're just being sold that we're not because there's a lot of money. The reason people aren't patient is they value other people's opinions too much.
Secret number 3, put in the work.
The way to win is as old as time. Do the right thing and put in the work. There's just nothing else. By the way, there's nothing else in anything. How do I become a professional hockey player? Talent and effort. How do I become a tremendous top 1% lawyer? Talent and effort. How do I become a phenomenal mother? Talent and effort. It's talent and effort. And what I love about effort and why I love hustle, and now that it's become so cliche, you see me saying the word work a little bit more now because I just want people to get it. It's controllable. You know how many people here want to be a millionaire? Do you know how rare that is? Have you run the math? You have this enormous audacity, yet you're not putting in the work to get you there because you think somehow you've been tricked by yourself or somebody else that there's some system. Like, really, we're at a place now where kids think it's cool if somebody goes and takes money out of a bank and puts it on their bed and takes a picture of it? Like, what does it matter with you? You know what really sucks? It sucks when you buy a $20,000 Rolex and the world collapses and you have no money and your Rolex is worth $4,000. That sucks. That's why I always say I'm a tortoise in a hare's costume. You know zero people that have built something big that haven't put in a ridiculous amount of work. And the bigger it is, the more they've worked. So I think you have to execute against your truth. People can smell things. So many of you have your mouth way ahead of your actions. Really? You're gonna own an island and you go to Coachella? When it comes from a true place, you win, and when it doesn't, you don't.
Secret number 4, be comfortable in controlled chaos.
To be very frank with you, Vayner Nation, I don't give a if Tyler or you think today was rough because I had 17 meetings that he couldn't be a part of because I'm actually running a business here. I'm not some teenage beanie bopper trying to do a vlog or some influencer doing a vlog or some family that's hoping for some free detergent because of their blog. I'm working here, Tyler. So sorry that your video blog is rough. But let me tell you what's not rough. What's not rough is we're living through the great era of ground shift in marketing and business. Everybody in this amazing town of New York City, which is, let me just tell you, everybody who's not here, vibrant at 10 p.m. right now, because 98% of your cities are sleeping. Everybody here is shitting their collective pants because the ground is shifting. Everything that our grandparents and parents grew up with, everything that we knew, tried and true, the stable pillars of media, commerce, influence, persuasion, the way we make decisions, the things we buy and how, what is cool and what is not, is on call. The world is on call. And you know what that means? Hustlers, the opportunity is obnoxious. So whether you're focusing on vlogs or influencers or how to hack Instagram stories or how to create Alexa voice skills or how to create your own podcast, because you see I'm full committed till if you are not following my podcast. The way I call today, the sum up of all my meetings today, none of which you just watched, is that the earth is moving. There's instability in the foundation of how it was, which makes an innovator like me really f***ing happy. And what suffocates all you B players, because you like it nice, slow, and stable. Let me be very clear with this ending rant, that game is over. And the people that are gonna win over the next 5 to 7 years are gonna be very comfortable in controlled chaos. So you better get your speed up, you better work harder, you better work smarter, you better try things, you better keep your subjectiveness and your ego at the door, because that slows you down and it doesn't make you do. You better move.
And secret number 5, the last one before a very special bonus clip, is squeeze when you have an opportunity.
I spoke to the USC football team and I said something in there that really caught my attention. I said something, I'm sure you'll edit and make it fly, because that's how you do it, D-Rock. For 80 or 90% of you, this is gonna be the best. This is gonna be as good as it gets. This is the prime, this is the best. And this rant is about timing. You need to be aware of when you have your big opportunities. You need to squeeze so hard when you've got that moment. You have to understand that it will always change. If it's terrible right now, it's going to get better. If it is phenomenal right now, it is going to get worse. That is just the way it's always been. I'm not smart, it's just history. So please, if you take anything out of this mini little rant for D-Rock, It's about timing. Recognize your moments and strike. That has absolutely been the foundation of my success, whether it was selling my baseball cards when I just felt it, whether it was the internet itself, whether it was other things like starting VaynerMedia when I had all these other opportunities, but I wanted to triple down on my strengths during this golden era. Sometimes they're fun, sometimes they're taking a step back in theory, but it's all about knowing when to go all in. And the one thing we get is regret when we didn't squeeze our best opportunity. So when you're a football player at USC, that is a big time opportunity, because most of you don't go to the league and most of you aren't successful in the league, and this is your apex. And whether you're a manager in a store right now, whether you're a great student in high school, whether you're awfully pretty right now, but you know you're not gonna be as pretty one day. I'm being serious now. I know this is but when you have your best situation, when you have the leverage, you need to strike. And when you don't pout. You put in the work to rebuild your next leverage. I had YouTube, I had Twitter, and when they weren't as big anymore, I didn't cry that Instagram or Snapchat came. I put in the work to build myself back up and matter in that ecosystem. And now that I've got the Instagram moment again, I'm pounding harder than I did the last time, because I learned, because from pattern recognition, from experience, you get better. And so, if this can inspire you, if you're good right now, quadruple down, and if it's not, stay quiet and build and look for that moment when you know it's good, pound, because squeezing when you have the opportunity is the key.
Now I've got a special bonus clip from Gary on how to not have regrets that I think you're going to enjoy. But before that, it's time for the 3-point landing questions. Let's go from just watching the video to taking action. Here we go. Question number 1. What opportunity in front of you do you need to squeeze harder? Number 2, where do you need to put in more work? And number 3, what does going all in on you mean to you?
The fire I see in the eyes of a 19, 20, 25-year-old that feels that they're entitled to this, and then on the flip side, the diminishing, just a little bit of ashes with a little smoke left of that same entrepreneur when they were 22, at 46, when practicality and family dynamics and the history and the market tearing down and the lack of that same opportunity has just dwindled down to a moment where they don't believe that they've got that shot. And I'm here to tell you, you absolutely do. I mean, there are absolutely a ton of entrepreneurs that started their companies in their 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s when it was difficult to do such a thing. Sidney Frank, who created Grey Goose, didn't invent his big thing until in the 70s. And so I'm desperate to give you the springboard to say, you know what? Instead of watching House of Cards seasons, instead of trying to go to ball games or things of that nature, yeah, I do have 7 p.m. till 2 in the morning, Monday through Friday. Heck, for a lot of you, the kids are out of the house. I mean, let's get into practicality for the late 40s, 50s, 60-year-olds that are watching this right now. The kids are out of the house. Like, yeah, you could pick up golf, or you could finally start that candle company because you put pretty pictures of candles on Instagram and it happens. Learn the craft. Figure out the opportunity at hand, go attack it. You only live once. When you're 90 to 100 years old and you're regretting that you never built this business and you let this era pass, this moment where there's so much entrepreneurial upside, you'll regret it, and regret is the worst. Evan, thank you so much for having a couple seconds and being able to tell the Believe Nation a little bit about Empathy Wines. It means a lot to me that you would take this valuable real estate and time on your channel to give me some love. It means a lot. It's just good karma points, and so you're awesome. Thank you. Believe Nation, if you're into wine at all, go to empathywines.com. My whole career's work was poured into producing a wine that rivaled $40 to $60 wine for 20 bucks a bottle. I'm just super excited about this subscription-based wine business. You can order 3, 6, or 12 bottles in subscription form, rosé, white, red. If you search on Instagram or Twitter, you will be blown away. People are literally like, I don't even like Gary Vee, but the wine's good. Super proud of the effort. Thanks, Evan, for the time. Wishing you guys all happy and healthy.
If you want to learn how to find true happiness like Gary, check out the video right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.